Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the frontline changes report. There is a lot of frontline change over the past 24 hours, a lot of significant ones. So we're gonna, there's one's going to be at Kaislivka, at Novoselivka, at Novokalinove and Karamik region, and there's major change over at Robotine, a lot of frontline change over at Krasnohorivka as well as at Ocheretine. Let me move some of these around. And there's also some updates regarding that island that Ukraine claimed to have captured, which is, I think, is useless. So we start off with Kaislivka. Over at Kaislivka, the Russian forces continue to expand their control over at this settlement around here. They have continued to expand their control, capturing even more grounds, expanding way beyond 50% of the capture. Probably now around 60% of the settlement is now captured. There is rumors that the Ukrainian forces that has retreated over to Kotelyrivka is now redrawing from Kotelyrivka to avoid getting encircled. So this is rumor, not confirmed just yet, but there is actually not much fighting being reported. Like, the Russians are pushing, but the fighting is it's not very significant. At least it doesn't seem to be reported in that way. However, there is actually artillery strike. So the Ukrainians do resist a bit. And the next frontline change is over at the New York front, just south of New York. Over at Novoselivka, there is just a map correction based on the Ukrainian mapping, so showing that the Russians actually have more control around the north of Novoselivka and have full control of this entire settlement. And west of this position, there's a lot of change, as you can see. Over at the Novokalinove Karamik region, the Ukrainian mapping have conceded that most of Novokalinove is now taken by the Russian forces, corroborating the Russian reports that the Russians have taken most of Novokalinove. There are still this area here which is drawn as gray zone. So the Ukrainians themselves probably not too sure about this area here, but the Russians are pushing and taken a lot of grounds. And in fact, they have also acknowledged that the Russian forces have taken half of Karamik in their this update, and in fact even taking half of this entrenchment around this tree line here. There is no news regarding this heavy entrenchment. So this is the update regarding the Karamik Novokalinove region. Just next door over at Ocheretine, Russian forces have expanded their control greatly towards Novoalexandrivka with Russian forces. This is based on Ukrainian mapping. So the Russian forces have taken a lot of grounds, taking one heavy entrenchment around here, and the Russians have installed a battle flag, showing the confident control of Ocheretine. So this is a major change in this area here. And south of this region, let me see. There's nothing over in the south of this region. Let me see what's next over after that. We go to Krasnohorivka over at the Donetsk region. So the Battle of Krasnohorivka continued. Yesterday, we reported that the Russian forces have penetrated after they are being geolocated. Both Ukrainian and Russian sources have updated their mapping slightly differently. The Russians actually claim some of these roads on top as well, while the Ukrainian mapping shows something like this. So the Russian forces is now pushing in the east, because the Ukrainians are now so busy fighting in the center of Krasnohorivka. I actually alluded about this possibility before, although I think that is a bit difficult because this is so heavily entrenched, but nevertheless, the Russians did try. Over in the center of Krasnohorivka, where the main battle is, the Russian forces have expanded their control over in this area here, with expansion of control in the center, as well as over on this eastern side of this Krasnohorivka, as they are trying to capture this entire eastern neighborhood of Krasnohorivka. They are now pushing in this direction, and the Russian forces also have expanded their control over on this southwestern part of the neighborhood of Krasnohorivka. All these changes here, these are all based on Russian claims. These are not confirmed or corroborated by the Ukrainian side. So we will definitely wait and see whether we have further confirmation of this information. And some major news coming out from Robotine as well. At the Robotine, there is a geolocation. Russian forces raised the flag over on this northern neighborhood of Robotine. So the fact that they are here means that the Russian forces have expanded their control over at Robotine. However, this is not an indication that they have controlled the entire of Robotine just yet. We're still not sure if this area here is under Russian control or not. But there's a good chance that it is. But we'll definitely wait for more confirmation whether the Russians have fully taken or retaken Robotine, which thus negating a major victory by the Ukrainian side during their 2023 counteroffensive. And one last update is regarding this island along the Dnipro River, in the river delta of the Dnipro River. Yesterday, the Ukrainians reported that they have captured this island. Today, the news come out from this area here from Deep State UA say that whoever reported this thing has overhyped up the success, and actually the operation was not completed, and then there was as a result, there is mass shelling on the island, and then they are now struggling to keep control. And Deep State UA is calling for punishment on whoever the staff heads is, who are hurry to curry favor and to put human life above their career ambitions. So whatever it is, kind of stupid. What kind of career ambitions are there within the Ukrainian armed forces? I have no freaking idea. But anyway, this is the Frontline Changes report for the past 24 hours. Press the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next update.